Okay, so 312, we're almost done with Unit 3. There's a couple more straggling chapters. This one's a really long one, but it's a lot of short things. So we're talking about how long, duration, and time signs. So the main thing we're going to be looking at is incorporating time and numbers into time signs. So time signs, incorporating numbers into them, and then also being able to ask the question, how many minutes, how many hours? So those are the main goals of this chapter. So here's the vocab. Again, it's all in the vocab slideshow that I'm going to post. But I want to look at how many minutes and how many hours. The sign for how many is this. How many? Kind of like you're holding a bunch of stuff and you toss it up in the air and say, count them, right? How many? And because it's a WH or an HW question, the eyebrows go down. How many? And kind of that hunch forward. I was just asked a question by another teacher. How do you grade someone if they've shaved their eyebrows? I was like, well, if you've got like big eyebrows like this, no problem. If you don't have those eyebrows, I guess you just sort of. So if you find you're watching the videos and you're like, my eyebrows don't move all that much, try to exaggerate your movement here of, how many? What are you talking about? Okay. So try to exaggerate if you don't have eyebrows. Like if the eyebrows are supposed to go up for a yes, no question, give a, you want to go? Try to really exaggerate your body movement. That will help. Hockey. He disagrees with me. How many? Now, minutes. I learned minutes like this. Here's the clock face. Here's the minute hand. I also learned seconds the same way. Because really, it's very rare that we talk about seconds versus minutes and have it really be important. In context, it makes the most, 5 minutes, or give me 5 seconds. The book does this for minute with the index finger. 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Now you notice what I'm doing is I'm using the hand shape of the number. So 1 minute, boosh, 2 minutes, boosh. Sometimes you will see, no, I have to turn this way, 1 minute, 2 minutes. Seconds tend to be faster. 1 second, 1 minute. That is the most clear, but the book focuses on using the index finger. So what I'm incorporating is from 1 to 9, and we talked about the rule of 9 in a previous chapter, where from 1 to 9 you can incorporate those hand shapes into time signs, because those are static hand shapes. They don't change, not like 11, not like 24. Those, because they change, it will mess up the sign. So if I want to say 1 minute, or 1 minute, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, this hand doesn't change. 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes. Right? So all I did is I changed the hand shape. The generic sign for minute is this. We'll talk about 10 in just a second. So now hour, the minute hand goes once around the clock face. So 1 hour. Now we can do the same thing, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. Sometimes you will see the one circle, so it goes all the way around. Generally speaking, that tends to be if you're talking about duration, you're trying to show, oh my God, the hours, this is 1 hour and it's dragging like crazy. Right? This is the sort of the easiest way. This is a little bit more effort. 2 hours. I waited for you for 2 hours. Mad. Right? So I will recommend for right now, just do that plain circle. Palm to palm is Holy Palmer's kiss, right? Thank you, Romeo and Juliet. So 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. 10. Can't do the states. It's not the same. So up to 9. Okay. Now, 10. 10 has got to be separate. It can't follow what we call the rule of 9, which is the first 9 hand shapes. So it's got to be separate. So it's 10 minutes, 10 hours. So anything above 10, they're going to have to be separate. So that's why those are also in blue. In the blue. And if you remember, we also used it for time. time, time 4 o'clock or 4 o'clock. So that was in a previous chapter as well. Years old, that's another time sign we can use. Here's age, or the years old in age. So you can do 4 years old, 5 years old, 9 years old, 1 year old, age 10 years old. So those have to be separate. Same thing with 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 18, right? Or time 2400, right? If you're preferring military time. So those are the two concepts of the rule of 9. You can use 1 to 9, and it's mostly time signs. That's all you really need to worry about. Because there aren't that many things that we count in that way. Good video where she goes through all of the minutes from 1 to 9 and gives a lot of the same stuff I just said, but some that it may sync better from her. 11 minutes or longer. So, just watch the video. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 to 9. And then I should probably eliminate the 10 because that comes up on the next video. But I like to introduce weeks and years here because we've seen them a little bit, but it fits in with the whole rule of 9. A week is a row across a calendar, right? So if you've got a little wall calendar, it's that row across. So 1 week, here's the calendar, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, 9 weeks, okay? Then 10 weeks. So the generic is with the 1. Year is the sun going around the earth. For all you people who think the earth is 6,000 years old, here's it's actually the earth going around the sun. Thank you. Thank you, Neil deGrasse Tyson. So year. And you could do 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. Years, most people tend to separate 9 years. 9 years. Okay. So then how long it takes, how many minutes, how many hours? How many minutes? How many hours? Your drive okay. So the best thing to do here is practice all the numbers that you know. I believe we went up to 70, I think. Really, once you've gotten past 29, everything else is easy. Excuse me. Okay. What else? Oh, it's so dusty in this room. So practice your number signs and your time signs. Time signs. So time, hour, minute, week, year, age. So practice those. Then, one of the exercises that we would normally do in class is to think about 2 questions. I cut and pasted this one. Think about 2 questions that you could ask that someone would answer in minutes, and 2 questions that someone would answer in hours. And a good way of practicing it is have that dialogue with yourself where you sign, how long is that TV show? TV show. 30 minutes. Okay. Or drive to Cleveland. How long? How long? How many minutes? How many hours? 1 hour. Okay. So just to think about some practice sentences, questions, and answers. Now, those will all be incorporated into these mini dialogues as people ask about how long an activity takes. So each one, and then I included 10 of them. And I will include right here the dialogues themselves and then the answers to the questions in how many minutes, how many hours, and what the activities were. So I will include all those in here. And there's a review of the videos, a review of the vocab, and then the videos. And that is 312. We are almost done with 3. I will, yeah. So that's all I have to say. We'll be soon getting done with 3. Hopefully you are keeping up and are ready for this batch that I'm about to post.